Eala beats Sakatsume to make Philippine Women's Open quarterfinals highlights. Eala aced the challenge posed by Japan's Himino Sakatsume, booking her spot in the quarterfinals of the Philippine Women's Open. Eala delivers a flawless 6-4, 6-0 performance, sweeping past Himino Sakatsume to secure her place in the quarterfinals at the 2026 WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open. Catch the WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open 2026 live and for free from January 26 to 31st on the Pilipinas Live app. Fire the rise of a home champion. Eala's triumph at the Philippine Women's Open fire. On a warm, buzzing evening at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center in Manila, history unfolded. Not just the kind measured by scorelines or rankings, but a moment that stirred the hearts of tennis fans across the Philippines, Asia, and beyond. At the center of it all stood Eala, her gaze steady, her racket poised, ready to embrace her destiny. The stage is set. The Philippine Women's Open wasn't merely another tournament. It was the inaugural WTA 125 event held on home soil, a stage made for dreams and legacies. For Filipinos, it was a chance to witness their own take on the global spotlight, and no one embodied that spirit more than the 20-year-old phenom from Manila. Her journey had already captured imaginations, rising into the WTA Top 50, making waves on the World Tour, and serving as a symbol of possibility for a generation of Filipino athletes. Yet even with her rising star, this match against Japan's Himino Sakatsume carried its own drama, not just as a test of skill, but a test of heart. A clash of styles and pride. In the round of 16, the draw paired Eala against Sakatsume, a solid competitor ranked outside the top 100 but no stranger to gritty matches. The Japanese player, known for her tenacity and crisp ball striking, had earned her spot with confidence after earlier victories at the event. For Eala, this was more than a match, it was personal redemption. These two had met before on the professional tour, most notably at the Japan Open in 2023, where Eala had suffered a lopsided loss. The memory of that defeat was still sharp, a lingering reminder of how far she had to climb. Now, on her home court, surrounded by cheering fans waving flags and chanting, Mabuhay, Eala walked onto the court with a new resolve. The air was electric, punctuated with anticipation. This was her moment. The first set, a battle of will. The match opened with intensity. From the first rally, both players held serve, testing each other's nerve. Powerful forehands met disciplined baseline play. Sakatsume's ground strokes were sharp, her footwork agile. Eala responded with laser-focused intensity, moving fluidly, balancing defense and offense with precision. Games ticked by 1-1, 2-2, 3-3. Every point felt laden with meaning. The home crowd leaned in with each rally, every cheer swelling like waves against the tide. At 4-4, the turning point emerged. Eala generated depth and pace, seizing a crucial break with aggressive returns that caught Sakatsume a bit off balance. Suddenly, the momentum shifted. At 5-4, with the crowd rising to its feet and a subtle hush falling over the stadium, Eala served for the set. She faced resistance, Sakatsume saved break points, fought for every ball, and raised her intensity. But Eala's focus was even sharper. With a blistering forehand winner down the line, followed by an ace, she sealed the first set 6-4. The stadium erupted, cheers, applause, chants, a heartbeat of collective belief. The second set, full command, full confidence. If the first set was tight, the second was Eala's orchestra. She struck early, breaking serve in the opening games, then again to build a commanding lead. Her footwork was crisp, her angles unpredictable. Sakatsume struggled to keep pace, her often powerful serves misfiring under local pressure and Eala's relentless returns. Game after game, Eala dictated play. Her baseline strokes told a story of control and maturity, every winner echoed both strategy and daring. In less than half the time of the first set, she closed out the second 6-0, the consummate bagel that underscored her supremacy that night. It was not just a scoreline. It was a statement, a sea of support, the crowd, the energy. What made this victory transcend its numbers wasn't just athleticism, but the electricity of the crowd. Filipino fans filled the stands, flags waving, voices joining in spontaneous support. In her post-match comments, Eala herself acknowledged the swirl of emotion and motivation she drew from the spectators. The energy of unity, of shared pride, pushed her through pivotal moments, especially when the match teetered on the edge early in the first set. That connection, player and people, was the kind of intangible force that defines unforgettable sporting moments. Beyond the win, what it means. With this victory, Eala advanced to the quarterfinals of the Philippine Women's Open, a feat significant for many reasons. Pushpin won. A home crowning achievement. Not only did she win, she did it in front of a passionate home crowd in an inaugural WTA event, a foundation for future Filipino tennis aspirations. Pushpin 2. Redemption and growth. Where she once lost to Sakatsume in 2023, Eala now reversed that narrative, demonstrating not just improvement in skill, but in resilience and competitive belief. Pushpin 3. Momentum moving forward. Her next challenge was set, a quarterfinal showdown with Camila Osorio, a seasoned Colombian player with WTA titles and experience across Grand Slams. This matchup promised another thrilling test of Eala's rising potential. Pushpin 4. A larger legacy. For Filipino sports, Eala's run at the Women's Open represented more than one tournament. It was a chapter in a growing story of athletic ambition, a beacon for aspiring young Filipino athletes. It added to her growing list of milestones, from top 50 rankings to breakthrough Grand Slam performances earlier in her career. Voices from the court and the crowd. After the match, Eala spoke from a place of gratitude and reflection. Super enjoyable, I'm really happy with the win. Even though the score looked straightforward, it was close throughout parts of the match. There were definitely moments that felt like they could have swung in her favor, but I was able to steal a couple and that pushed me through in the end. Her words reflected not just relief, but growth, the mindset of a player who has learned to stay present, to fight through adversity, and to celebrate progress without losing sight of the work ahead. The fans, too, shared their excitement, social media feeds filled with adoration, pride, and encouragement. For many, Eala was more than a tennis player. She was a symbol of possibility, an example that talent, when nurtured with grit, passion, and community support, can flourish on the global stage. The road ahead, quarterfinals and beyond. As the quarterfinals approached, anticipation only grew. Eala's next opponent, Camila Osorio, was an accomplished competitor with a strong professional background, a player capable of stretching rallies with variety and consistency. The matchup teased tactical brilliance and raw athleticism, a duel that would test Eala's strategy, endurance, and mental fortitude. But regardless of the outcome, one reality stood firm. Eala's journey had already become part of Philippine sports lore, a pact between athlete and nation, with each match adding depth and color to her legacy.